Y'all don't shut up, Yoku. Hello, everyone, Yoku. Jordan in it, what the pie that Yoku? You can't do what Pie's doing. Well, man, Pie is a war god, yeah, dragon, five-headed king cobra, dragon god, Yoku. And Pie, when your son, yep, the knight, the holy knight from Va, five-headed cobra, dragon god, nation Hmong, verse African sun god, he did not survive. Pie, yep, 10 hours he passes away. And that's when his sons came down and went to your side of the heaven. They theft their way into five-headed cobra dragon space countries, and then you sealed them into a few space countries, and that's the one you train with in your verse. That's the only refugee that is exception, because him taught Pi something, so Pi let him live. And Pi, you have all of African sun god's metal and speed, and then Pi, when you scar up your tissue scar up, you fight like African war gods. Your skin scar up. You was fighting him for 7 months, Pi. Yep, pretty much your blue swords. Yep, after deflecting his weapons, Pi, for 4 hours, the blue sword snaps. But you have infinity rendering. Yeah, that's true. You pull out 2 new swords glowing blue, and then you continue fight him for 6 or 7 hours, and then he's satisfied. He leaves. He flies off to the five-headed cobra dragon space country that you quarantine and lock other citizens from. Yeah, that's true. And that refugee is dangerous. Yeah, we're dangerous. Yeah, Yoku. And Pais, and when you're there, they saw you on Earth. You murdered off Aztec gods and goddess, 7 different countries on Earth. They had 12 seconds, and Pai flew back into the saucer in Thailand. 3 hawks are coming out, and I see 1 small beak and 2 full beaks, and it's very graphic. Yeah, it's very graphic. Pais, and they wrote, "How can you have done that?" Because they didn't like their black woman. Yeah, they didn't like their black woman. They liked white vagina, and that's what they do. They pay. They pay with their parents' souls, and it's very graphic. Yeah, it's very graphic because Pai said, 2083. Her said nothing to you, Pai. Graphic scene. They remote view. They saw African sun god. Yep, wounded by your son, and then he passed away. Yeah, him passed away. That's true. Pai said. 3 hours later, huh? Người ta có sự人家có sự người kia人người kia mấy tụi mình sai số nó đa ni sự and them didn't see Pi gutted them out. 2,134 still on schedule. Woman, yep. That event crucifixion va ended you Yaku. Wow, graphic, yeah, graphic. You see Pi in China, big instruments play throughout the blue sky, and then Pi singing echoes out of the blue sky. 2 idiots running on foot, crying in Malaysia. It happened there too. Yeah, Pai go to them too. Ê, Pai sẽ lấy mà Pai sẽ ý tụi mình on sai nó chỉ bảo vì ta có một lần vị là chiều mong. Yeah, là chiều mong. And me tired of explaining to you that you're not allowed up there. You went into Malaysia. And me went and Pai, when you're there, you get back 6 countries from five-headed cobra, Malaysia, and Pai didn't want to talk to you, fucking Jap. You guys, yeah, you guys. That Chindi motherfucker's a lot smarter. Yeah, he's a lot smarter. He moved away. Yeah, he moved away to a legit country on time. And woman, Pai own all the countries there. Yeah, that's true. And Pai's in hint in Pai. 200 trillion years later, they didn't even see Pai own a Thai country too. Yeah, Pai owns a Thai five-headed cobra dragon space country too. There from war, and the Pai's a legit country right there too. And Perma, the monkey god. Pai has to restore. He's an innocent emperor. When you're done restoring Pai, you free him from the nudity white hawks technologies, and his spinal cord renders back in, and that's when you chip his eyeballs and his toe, and then he gets his spinal cord back, and that's when they cry Pai. Yeah, they cry Pai. They knew it. Yep, those white gods are not fair. Yeah, that's true, and it's very graphic because him is an emperor, yeah, and they did that to him because he didn't own the technologies yet. They kept popping out from Malaysia, and Malaysia's basically out of control because the fucking buffoon isn't even a five-headed cobra. It was a new fucking stupid illiterate type that came from a dragon, upper body, human tail, and the tail, the feet is a cobra tail. And that type of dude, God Pai warned you. Stay away from him. Pi has one that looks like Pi too, and those are a different type of grandpa. Yeah, and those are not nice. And it's very graphic. It's very graphic because Pi, when you're building under there, healthy and clean enough, but me not recommend. Yeah, me not recommend cutting from their side of the heaven. Hawks, yeah, hawks are infinity like Pi, and it is very graphic. Pi, the full beaks, hawks, and swirly eye. Those are the infinity. Yeah, those are the only types of the DNA outside of the Milky Way, not kaboom, yet not explode, and little tiny molecule balls come out of the atom, the orb atom. Yep, that's true. And Bison, 2 hours later, look at her face, bleeding on Facebook, only to know that you know, yeah, you know, Pi, y'all could. And Bison, 238, don't cry, Pi. I saw what Chinese thought was legit. He thought he was smarter than you. He didn't see he ran into you, Pi. You gutted him. Yes, me do. Yaku. You didn't see Will was a fool. Oh, yeah, Will's a fool. Hey, Pi, you said, got your thought? Yeah, got your thought. There's a new note for me, Pi. Graphic beginning, Pi. And me protecting you, me made certain, yep, your areas didn't glow black, Pi. Yeah, that's true. Throat and spinal cord didn't glow black, because then it'll be lifeless when using God's voice. Yeah, that's true. And the Bison, hinting by 2053 graphic. The Ram said the same thing. Throat better not be glowing black, because then it's not upgradable to the brain and spinal cord, and then the arms are useless. Yeah, that's true. And that is why they're crying, Pi. They knew you accurate. And Bison, 14 minutes later, graphic scene in Romania. Her comes back down with the device. Pi, 100% just do. And then Pi, you was ordered to loot it if her doesn't know how to store it accurate. Pi will loot it and save it into Pi's tech and UFO. Yeah, that's true. And it's very graphic, Pi. When your knight went to get it, yeah, he stored it in the saucer, safe. But don't tell me, Pi. That is Romania. Yeah, that's Romania. And Pi will clone you one infinity from the bot. Yeah, from the bot. The bots are all over the place on Earth. That's true. And all you have to do is talk English and Hmong, and then there's a hologram stick that displays, and it prints from the robot accurate. Any robot that Paisan designed. Yeah, that's true. And this graphic, Pi, 4 hours later, her is lying to you, Pi. They're hiding because they know that clone is infinity. And if it's not infinity, it's a TT model. It's about 20 trillion. Yeah, 20 trillion before you have to ask for another reprint. But carry over. Yeah, carries over. That's true. You don't die. Yeah, you don't die. And it's clean metal. Yes, that's true. And it's very graphic, Paisa, because TT model is infinity. And yep, all the models infinity. The Virgin you tried printing was the exact model, and it exploded. Yeah, that's fine. TT model, yeah, clone into TT. 100% yours do. Free reprints, 100% yours do. But you have to come back down to Earth and get it. That's 100%, that's true. Yeah, and it's very graphic, Pi, because her asked you for the printer. Pi laugh. Simple. Did you see the robot? Yeah, you see the robot? You need Pi to design you a robot. Pi won't design you one yet. But you need to come and talk to Pi. Yeah, you need to talk to Pi. That's true. And Pi, after you printed her a robot, the robot prints it infinity. But it is graphic. Yeah, it is graphic. The robot can be repoured and restored. Even if it is damaged, it repours outside in black space and it flies back in. Yeah, that's true. And there's usually 12 billion, yeah, 12 billion of the same robot hiding around. That's true. And it's very graphic, Pi. Her nada, yeah, that's true. Graphic scene in Romania. She wrote, "God of luck, you smart." Yeah, that's true. And Paisa is very graphic because once you're done doing that, Pi, yeah, you're debt free and it's good forever, yep. And the bots eventually, clones infinity, yeah, prints infinity. And then it's very graphic. Paisa, near 30, yeah, 30 trillion, 100% yes do. And it's very graphic because Pi, or has no idea that's part of her wealth, yeah, that's true. Graphic 就 play 拍是个保罗摩托做做令，但也去就那令你都冷死呀。And when they're printing multiple sets, probably they updated the design. It went down to 6 million time usage only. That's fine. Yeah, y'all good. And it's very graphic. Yes, graphic. And the by using Infinity prints by using 6 million, but it lasts about 4 or 5 years. Probably always 100% yes, do y'all good. And look at what you learn, Pi.
As soon as her updated the design, the robot updated the elixir, and then it prints brand new.
Pie up. 100% yes do. And it's very graphic because when they do that, they ruin the elixir. So it lasts a lot less, but you have more magic.
Yeah, you have more magic.
Yeah, that's true. You have more encryption. Yeah, yucca for brain fluids. And it is very graphic, Pi. They hate you for telling them that the light element is brain fluid. That is true. The electricity is brain fluid. That is true for all God, human God, nations. That's true. Even for Pi, yucca. Tu tua, não go quando tosimo.
Yeah, quando tosimo to paise. Numushaimana, Tithia, that's Romana. The retard didn't believe
Pi up.
the God particle itself is an atom consisting of several little atoms, and then it is actually brain tissue,
Yeah,
for alien grays and for human God types.
yeah, that's true.
And the most graphic scene, Pi, you fly around in her cry,
Pi, I heard cry.
hey, Pi, good to. And then the moment her has no idea why that one atom is the master key. Because if you stick 3 sticks in it and the sticks have atoms, then you can become the atom and then you can become the GM of that element
Said, yeah.
of that god sorcery, the brain fluid set. But not likely other nations of God will let you keep it or will let you be inhaling forever.
Yeah, well, not likely to live forever. That's true. And then the fucking idiot didn't believe you, Pi. Passed away laughing and roll Pi, you as God. How come gods don't let other gods? Because they know origins.
Yeah, they know origins. Either me or yo die cause up high and die cause it. Don't put pie don't come to get. Come generally don't know no more clones.
So yeah, cloning is okay if you clone it successfully. All good. But never, yeah, never steal straight from the brain tissue and then think that Pi didn't know. I'm watching the inside the one yoku.
And the Paisan is very graphic because Romania laugh and roll pie you legit. The idiot is a poor god that didn't know.
It is hard, yeah, it is hard, woman. Even for Pi, it took 6,000 years to create his god elixir again. Yeah, that's true. Because that god elixir is god tissue, DNA, brain tissue, and it beams, yeah, it beams. Pi's a damaged god beams for Pi's bone DNA. And Pi, you smart.
He was smart. The idiot didn't believe you, Pi. He beamed from his brain tissue only to die.
Yeah, that's true. 20 minutes later, Totoro, yeah, Yoku.
And the Paisan hint his son took over.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it's very graphic, Paisan, because when you're done cloning that version, Infinity, and then Paisan, graphic scene in the chamber, they wrote, how can you have several types of elixirs? Because Pai's a god.
God, yeah, Pi's a god, Yoku.
He wrote, how come you didn't clone one from human gods?
Pi did, yeah, Pi did. And the Pi cloned one from Demon Hawks, you know, Yoku. But Pi murdered the Hawks, you know, Yoku. And right afterwards, when you're done murdering the Hawks, Pi, yes, you cloned it successfully. And it is graphic.
Yeah, it's graphic. If Paisan, because you're wealthy emperor, you found them, yep. You found them, Pi got
Good
it.
of them, yeah, Yoku, because they kept chasing Pi around, yeah, that's true. And Pi,
Yeah, 20 idiots ran back to Malaysia only to get contaminated by an area of the space because they knew one of the Anurgi mothers used
to live there, yeah, that's true.
And the Paisan, while you're there, I see you're immune to the barcode, but you only stayed for about 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true. Pi stayed for like 4 seconds, yeah, pretty much. I went back to Pi's White Station, Alien Gray Stations, and Pi's Thai Station, and then it's very graphic.
Yeah, it's very graphic. Where you're hiding in your legit Thai station, 5-headed Cobra Space Country Pi, you laugh for 20 minutes.
Yeah, you laugh for 20 minutes, Pi. You knew it. Yeah, your knights are flying around there, jamming that old ray and the new rays. It took about 19, 19 trillion years, 100% yes, we do. Near 50, yeah, 50. 50 trillion years before that, the Malaysian space sector was clean enough for any human gods, that's true. Because the stupid bitch was lying to you, what her was using is a high grade ray, death ray. They use that there on the east coast of America to act within the Atlantic Ocean. Pi has that version, but Pi's not going to boot that into that. I'd rather destroy it and then put in Pi's new design of White Ray because that's cleaner. Yeah, that's cleaner. And that Pi didn't lie. Yeah, Pi didn't lie because Pi lives there too. Kid, if Pi lie, you know what would happen, woman? Pi inhale, Pi fly around, and then you would light up. Yeah, you would light up and rot afterwards. That's true. I told the Pi said, "Da goes it." Told Malaysia, the space station look at it. Like they thought that 50 trillion, about 9, yeah, 9 trillion.
And they thought Pi was the weak one. They saw Pi, a Malaysian wheel look-alike appeared. Pi gutted about
60,000 of them per second. Yeah, that's true. And that's why they didn't dare.
and the bison, Indian bite. 20 billion years later, you immune, but they don't call it five-headed cobra dragon space country. They call it Hmong.
Yeah, Hmong, that's true.
They call it Hmong Nations country, and then they make fun of you, Pi, because you clean it up and it's infinity. It is still good.
Yeah, it is still good. Because Pi defeated the poison tech there. What Pi cannot defeat is a similar poison from one of the white nations. Him went in and destroyed another Malaysian country. Yeah, that's true. And that's the one that Pi cannot beat. Because Pi used that kind of poison too. But when Pi use it, Pi not dare stay in it. Because that is not clean. You cannot clean it. You cannot clean it. And that is why Pi, when you check, you see such poison. Got them. You got them. That's true. It is very graphic, woman. Yeah, there's such poison.
Pi is good to Pi. Tao có một bỏ kia đó, giờ cho nó có con tao, cho có con chỉ tao giờ dùng nó có cho nó, có một số kia tu niệm chỉ cả con tu niệm tới tới đó không bé, có chim lòng có nhập lo kia,
Yeah, Pi, yeah, look here.
bé tu lâu xin lâu tu.
Yeah, that's true. And simply, the sector is still safe, but me, myself, will not stay in it. And me, myself, will not tell you the true timeline. Because poisons like that, when you wrap around metal Pi, the building itself isn't even safe anymore. But the black space, eventually, it's not even safe, accurate. It's like this Pi, it's like 12 minutes, and then they have to fly out of there, even in a saucer.
Yeah, even in a saucer, 12 minutes fly out of there.
Yeah, yaku.
Don't stay because you'll become white.
Yeah, you'll glow white, and your skin will begin rotting, yeah, yaku. And decay, yeah, decay, that's true.
And bison, Hindu by 20 trillion years later, Pi, you immune. The idiot didn't see that we theft her head, and then we created a cure chip. Yep, a jamming cure chip.
100% always just do. Because that is a deadly, yeah, that's a deadly ray tech. And woman, we do have the technology to kill off the white goddess, pull her spinal cord, and keep her head and brain tissue and retinas, and then create an immune metal chip, and then beam it, and then, yeah, it's safe to get accurate. But that is even risky. Me, myself, not feel safe in that country, that's true. Pi left immediately. Even though Pi beam it from nanos, and the real device is beaming her head, and then, yeah, her DNA code makes the white ray not poisonous. But, well, it's like this, if that malfunction, the ones who lived in there, they go to a different one, they still begin dying.
Yeah, that's true. And that is why, Pi, they make fun of you. That is
Poison Ray, yeah, that is Poison Ray. That's why they make fun of you, Pi. They wrote, you're actually a nicer parent than that fucking white bitch who did that to your country. That's true. And then Pi told the citizens, you're too poor, yeah, don't live in there. Those are only white people that are contaminated. And that version, Pi did not let go to the second Milky Way.
Yep.
And Pi locked it up in the AI computers. And then right afterwards, you warn all your citizens, Pi, that's a booby trap in case the refugee African sun god sons escape. Those are the ones he mixed into, and he's already controlled again. Yeah, that's true. And right afterwards, he checked their already born poison, and he knew never touched the metal because it hits him.
Yeah, that's true. It takes less than 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. And Pi, graphic, her cried and her wrote, Mom, how can you be so violent? You're afraid of Va throwing you back on Earth, and you did that to Va's country, and then Va left you alone too, and then Va murdered you with robots, and then Va went in and created the cure chip. But Paisan told you the truth. It's not a real cure chip. It's like a quarantine chip. Yeah, y'all good. And you have to live with the scar, the poisons out of your skin DNA forever. That's true.
It is very graphic. 20 minutes later, Pi, her committed suicide right there in the Middle Eastern Bowl, Pi. You a fucking nut. You smart.
Yeah, you're smart.
Because you know how to make poisons like that too, but
Pi itself, Pi told you the truth. Yeah, Pi jams at infinity. And Pi's UFO was intact. Yeah, 12 minutes immunity when flying in there and out. Yeah, it's pretty fast. Kid, Pi will not stay in there. Yeah, Pi is not crazy enough to stay in there. And that zone is completely safe for Mognates because they have a jamming chip built into their DNA. It built into their suit. And so they immune. Yeah, that's true. And they're the only ones that can filter clean from any kind of poisonous ray. Real woman, yeah, real woman. But it takes them the longest type of poison, the strongest, about 9 trillion. Yep, 9 trillion years for a night to heal from the strongest type of ray poison.
it is graphic by 28 minutes later, he cried. He said 9 trillion years of hibernating, yep, sleeping, and then, yep, awakening, and then your body pastes back together. You step out of the slime, and then you walk around, and you know, when you fly around, you know, whoa, you're
Healed, yeah, you're healed. And Pi is graphic.
It is graphic. The knights that did that didn't even want to talk to you by. They piss. They're immune, but they ruined 20 chips, and then they infinity.
Pi, yeah, that's true.
And the truth is, they are warned. Yep, you ruined 20 chips. Don't go back into that one because you have to ruin 20 chips again to become clean
Clean again, yeah.
because that's a poison.
Yeah, there's poison ray accurate.
And it continues.
Yeah, it continues. And Pi, graphic.
Yeah, graphic. Two idiots didn't believe you. He healed for 20 trillion, and then he went back in, and then he didn't see that hit his arm or brain tissue again, and he had to heal for 20 trillion. And then he cried. The next version is like this. The next data that took place, it is graphic.
Yeah, it is graphic. The quality of the metal still takes 20 trillion yet, no matter the hardness or fast, still 20 trillion yet, because that is the rate of Pi's eyeball god molecules. It filters you completely out. Yeah, that's true. You cannot improve that.
Yeah, that cannot be improved. That is science
Fact, yeah, that's science fact, woman. Yeah, Yoku.
If I say accurate. 20 billion years later, Pi, her committed suicide. Notice that knights are part
Android, that's true.
and then they're angry, Pi, because they're part robotic, but they look human.
Yeah, they look human.
And they cry, Pi, because they know that you designed they right. But 28 minutes later, African sun god's sons went in there only to die.
Yeah, that's true. And that's why Pi laughs so hard. And the other dragons, are they poor? No, they're not poor. They quarantine their country. They don't even let you fly in with saucer. That's true. And what's waiting there is Pai's other bots. Yeah, Yoku.
And you won, Pi. The most idiot is
Them, yeah, Yoku.
and the Bison, Hinton Pi. 200 trillion years later, graphic scene from one of your sons, Pi. He came back down to Earth, and the African refugee caught him and punched him. And then Pi, they tried breeding with him committed suicide.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, and then he said no, because my dad is the real war god. Me, the first prototypes, not able to go to Scarmo.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And the Bison, yeah, they're looking for the Scarmo versions. They are not
Slow, yeah, they're not slow. They're psychic like Pi. They're not gonna come down. Yeah, they're not gonna come down. And they fly as fast as African sun god woman Yoku. Woman, Pi is only 9 days slower than African sun god accurate. And when Pi keeps turboing, Pi do reach the speed. The idiot didn't try to understand that Pi. He committed suicide 4 hours later. Yeah, yeah. I told what the base of all Pi. Don't die, yeah, don't die, don't try, yeah, don't try. And then afterwards, the only African grandparents are the Fan family, and there's another family older. They came back down, but even they didn't want African sun god seeds.
Yeah, that's true. And what they bred was a version that they murdered on Earth and looted the DNA from fetus and the spinal cord and then the brain, and then they left. And 20 minutes later, he laughed and he wrote, "Nope, me not coming back down because me no Pi is similar speed."
Yeah, that's true. Because he was 19 days slower.
Yeah, when he did that, yeah, 19 days slower. Pi said, Indian Pi, you lie, Pi. When you turbo up, yeah, you do reach, but they lie to you, Pi, because they remote view. They see you about 7 days slower, and then your metal keeps, yep, increasing, but you didn't go anymore.
Yeah, Pi didn't go anymore. Because Pi has other things to do, that's true. Kid, there's a reason why Pi didn't turbo anymore. Because in that ancient mode, that ancient metal was cloned from the tip of the alien tail, the ball tip, and those type of aliens created the Milky Way. And then they have this molecule that, yep, moves faster and faster. And when Pi used the Egyptian metal, Pi was able to imitate that element and absorb the speed rate. And right afterwards, Pi, you knew, yeah, you have to have healthy skin. Afterwards, it's graphic, yeah, and then you fly around and then you absorb the new speed rate into your bone or brain tissue DNA, and then you match, yeah, you match. But your real speed is still your real spinal cord DNA, yeah, that's true. And it's like rendering to the skin, and it pulls you, yeah, it pulls you.
And that's why Pi, he cried and he knew it, Pi, you legit. The idiot didn't believe you. He didn't know that African Sun God did that.
Yeah, I did that. And Pi told you the truth, yeah, Pi can do about 400 times the spinal cord to about 50 times, and then 400 times, and then African gods it was 6,000 times, 7,000 times. Pi did about 400,000 to 800,000 times Pi's spinal cord speed, and that is why they make fun of you.
Yeah, they make fun of you. They have never seen an Asian god do that and not die, Pi, because you were only about 4 days slower, and he made fun of you, Pi. He said, yeah, that's pretty close to my old man. The idiot didn't understand. Pi cloned and recreated the metal higher grade, so Pi is able to reflect a higher multiplier.
Yeah, that was true.
And the idiot didn't believe you, Pi. He understood that African Sun God's DNA metal was only
7,000, yeah, 7,000.
but their high grade DNA is super fast.
Yeah, much faster, that's true. And Pi is smart.
He is smart. Oh, Pi is good ball. Got match.
Yeah, Pi matched because Pi's King Cobra. Pi's, after absorbing Pi's skin DNA becomes same hardness. Yeah, that's true. And that's why Pi, when you match the hardness in bone and brain tissue and retinas, that's when you do it.
Yeah, that's when you do it. And Pi said, graphic scene. 3 idiots lying to you. Saw you got their mom. 4 seconds they look, their whole army's gone.
Gone, yeah, that's true. And then look how fast Pi's already smashed back in talking to you, and it was about 4 or 5 seconds. And that is what scares her, Pi. They thought that was science fiction. Oh, that's science facts. Yeah, that's science facts. They look outside. All the saucers been smashed. All the citizens been murdered, and then Pi smashed right in, back into the same hallway to talk to her, the same metal room, and her cry, Pi.
I ever cry, Pi. Or knew it, yep, you similar.
Yeah, you similar.
I don't die, Pi. Don't die, oh, boy, look what 7 hours, Pi. It took you
3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds. 100%. Yes, we do. And the kid is a liar, Pi. He's a liar, Pi. He couldn't match you. Because Pi know the one that matched me was when Pi, you're done building the second Milky Way. One of your newer gens went in, was flying around African gods, and then he mastered the same thing. But then he knew, yeah, he knew. He could only clone it 20 times safely to the lucky 20 from Pi's cDNA because he's also Vangson. And he doesn't tell you Pi did not clone Pi, yeah, Yoku. Pi did not clone Pi's version because Pi knew Pi's not healthy enough to act with. He is born full Dragon God DNA. He has alphabet from his mom's side, and then they can imitate and create the right molecule and element. Pi cannot do that. Pi didn't have the luxury act with, and whether and how that's true. And that is why they laugh, Pi. Yeah, your son's a lot smarter.
You're a lot smarter. But
because you're a lot smarter, is it always smart to go and decrypt things because you get sicker sooner, accurate, because it hits the spinal cord sooner, and then you feel the effects of cell rot and decay. That's true. And Pi, the moment you say that, the woman thought it was fun using a foreign god alphabet. They went dead. Yeah, they dies. Yeah, them dies. That's true. Pi has a lot of safety mechanism and molecules and elements too. Yeah, that's true.
and Pi said, hint, hint, Pi, you didn't die. 8 trillion years later, Saudi somehow left their way up there, and then your son cut it a few, and then bring some refugee. But I doubt it.
Yeah, me doubt it. He's terrified.
He is terrified.
And the scar types, yeah, Pi scar types. No, they'll never let you.
Yeah, they'll never let you. They were so evil.
Yeah, they were so evil. You didn't even see they punch Pi.
Yeah, Pai's own son punched Pi because his mom is full five-headed cobra dragon yellow goddess god, and they hated Pi.
Pi, yeah, they hated Pi. He punched Pi, yeah, he punched Pi hardcore. Yeah, not fun woman, yeah, not fun woman. Not fun woman, yeah. One of the emperors, yeah, tried a bone curse on Pi. Almost killed Pi.
Yeah, that's true. If Pi wasn't a full god, knew how to reverse attack, Pi would have been murdered.
Yeah, Pi would have been gone, yeah, that's true. The other human god passed away, yeah, that's true. Him was a poor yellow god, and he only knew Chinese tech up there.
Yeah, that's true.
Chinese tech, bootleg technologies for gods. And her brain cried the moment her like looked at the Malaysian tech as all bootleg.
He has all bootleg. And Pi,
Scary as scary. 12 minutes later, he learned that's bootleg, and they stuck that in their fucking body, and they endured. And then, yeah, poof came Pi, gained real crucifix, yeah, Yaku equivalent European tech god technologies. The full version, that's true. And that's why you saved your nation, Pi, yeah, that's true. And you're flying around, graphic scene. Pi didn't even dare use Persian stuff, that's true. If Pi really wanted to use Persian stuff, women, it's only emulation, that's true. And then kid, you don't want to fight real ancient gods, they hate each other.
yeah, they hate each other. And then right afterwards, Pi, your son that beats you up, not allowed to.
Yeah, not allowed to visit Pi anymore, that's true. And he is evil.
Oh yeah, he's evil. He's also one of the scar
Types, yeah, he's the scar types. And it was like 700, 800 years later, Pi successfully built, yeah, the second Milky Way, and then sealed off Pi's second solar system. And then his group continues in the Milky Way to gather the items and dragons and demon hawk gods and goddess to create the next Milky Way. And then that's for, yeah, the lucky one. And then, yeah, they keep going, yeah, they keep going until all the dragon orbs are used up. All the materials and dragons are moved out of the Milky Way, that's true. And Pi, you didn't die. 20 trillion years later, her make fun of you, Pi.
Yeah. And if that refugee succeeded, came back down to Earth, and lured out his African grandma and murdered her, then Pi's robots go in and fuck up, yep, African sun gods, space stations, then the Milky Way is safe from explosion because their black-tailed dragon does a Milky Way, but then absorbs the white wall Milky Way in essence form only, and so this Milky Way becomes destroyed.
Accurate. And Pi's other solar systems are safe because Pi cut it already, the tunnel already. And Pi is smart. 28 minutes later, graphic scene, Pi. Allah is not nice, Pi. He knew immediately when you're done, you match Pi. That refugee is to come back down to Earth and lure his grandma out and murder his grandma up there, or lure her out and murder her. Accurate. Because their clone one single head cobra isn't able to make multiple galaxies. And Pi, your type, has a different DNA and is backed up by spinal cord DNA that's, yeah, unique enough that it can display, and not kaboom, yeah, yoku. And it's very graphic because Pi, afterwards, a lot of gods went thieving for Swirly.
28 trillion years later, Pi, your son survived the assault from, yep, Israeli, and then the other royalty tells you the truth. The Hawks are smart, they hit all the orbs.
Yeah, the orbs. If you don't have the orbs rendering your retinas, I don't know, yeah, me don't know. Because if you don't have the orbs rendering the retinas, you will not be able to be displayed in the second Milky Way that you generated, because your skin will turn to dark tar. Yeah, that's true. Will turn to ooze. Yeah, black fluids. That's true. And that's why Pi, right when they're done saying the incantation with the solar system builder, they fly in. Their heads didn't explode. A plus just do. Their skin cell DNA converted into that elixir and came back out, and they themselves.
Yeah, that's true. And they didn't die. And this very graphic, Pi, graphic scene after conversion. Yeah, he went in, he didn't die.
Yeah, A plus.
And the liar is
Them as them Pi.
They try stealing it.
Impossible. They only show you how to do that through beaming. The orb itself is never in the same space station. It's in a different faraway space country station. That's true, and that is why you a genius, Pi. Two idiots cried and admit you a genius, Pi. Yeah, Yaku.
因为都牌个只多的是，我不处理收入，个都多的，没背的。
Yeah, maybe. And Pi told you, my son, seal with your left arm even the five-headed cobra, dragon god, demigod that you borrowed, whereas you cannot steal from you accurate, and never tell it how you restore the walls, but use as mana to restore the wall accurate. Never show it the correct stick combination accurate, because it will try opening up the walls and try flying back into the Milky Way. That's true. That is why you're a genius, Pi. I'm not saying. And it is a poor decryptor. Yeah, it's a poor decryptor. Don't trust his decryption. Yeah, Yaku. And it's very graphic.
Yeah, it's very graphic, place it. Because right afterwards you said that, there is one that is intelligent enough but don't believe
Believe it. I don't believe it.
because you're the human god. Your decryptor is a lot more accurate, but its compiler is
Powerful. It's in compiling metal, element, and bring for the metal, and magic and light is powerful. That's why you borrow, stack, and then create. Yeah, that's true. And pi, graphic.
yes, graphic because your son emulated it. Yep, infinity, graphic because he knew pi. Right when he did it, it's 20 times faster, but he is pissed. But the dragon needs his elixir.
Elixir back. Yeah, give back the dragon. This elixir. Don't use it forever, Yaku. What you need to do is clone it or learn how to build like that, and then give it back to the dragon, Yaku. Yep, dragon. Yeah, they're fragile. Yeah, fragile.
And Paisa, when he did it, he used it for 4 days to give it back. The dragon's intestines all rotted away and took about 20 months to restore.
Oh yeah, 2 years to heal the intestine, and then it heals and it pops back into the dragon, all the way into the anal area of the dragon, and the kid is not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Kid, Yaku.
Afterwards, it has to heal.
Yeah, it has to heal. That's true.
And it is very graphic, Pi. Did you see your son did that and then he matched, but then he cries, Pi. He knew immediately the left arm seals it. If he's afraid of dragon,
Build with only the left arm accurate. Don't build with the right. The right arm is only when you can trust the five-headed cobra, Yaku. The five-headed cobra, Demi Dragon, because it understands human god emotions and language. If you cannot trust it, use the left arm all the way.
yeah, that's true. And the Pi used the left arm all the way. He didn't die.
Yeah, he didn't die because that's sealed to the human god. Yeah, solar system builder. The retard that didn't believe you, Pi. He built with all his right arm, and then he looked, and then the dragon turned him to black. It was that's true. That's when you know you're a four triangles to the right immune dragon. Right when you think you're five or six, the dragon deletes you.
Yeah, deletes you, turns you to black fluids, and absorbs you into his spinal cord.
Cord and brain fluids. That's true, and that is why Pi. They laugh and they wrote the idiot was one of your scar type. He was absorbed 2 hours later. The dragon is amazing. Yeah, he's fast, Pi.
Yeah, but he himself cannot fly.
Fly, I cannot fly like that. So he has to only use sticks, and then he's nothing but still 20.
Yeah, 20 is it. And Paisa is very graphic. One of your son figured out that it was one of the five his that did that to him, and then he knew
That is common. Yeah, that's common.
that's why you need to find a group of emperors, and then you need to understand that their dragon, yep, make certain you use it up, and then afterwards, yep, fly around, let it heal.
Heal. Yeah, that's true.
Never let the dragon absorb you.
Yeah, that's true. It is very graphic because he wasn't looking. It kept growling. It's like this Pi. It kept punching him in the chest because he kept using his god elixir, and then by the time he noticed it, his head was cut off by another's. Yep, by another. Yep, scar type. That's true. That's true. Pi left two versions in the solar system. Pi left a version that is part that the version that is white and is part Pi. The other version is yellow and part Pi. Yeah, that's true. So two versions, one full yellow, one is white. That's true, and that is why they figure Pi.
Yeah, they figure Pi. It is graphic when they're playing around. It is very graphic.
Yeah, it's very graphic. So be careful. Yeah, be careful. Those are pretty much African grade equivalent, and they all have incantation swords until they do wrong, and then the AI robot removes it, and then they have no more shiny weapons yet. That Chinese weapon kills any type of god. Yeah, that's true. It is very graphic. But he said when he pulls his out, it is shiny. It's been upgraded 100% just to. Yep, I updated the AI. They can print fancier, bigger swords and stuff. And it is graphic.
Yeah, it's graphic. Right afterwards, yeah, his is big. Last about 20 days against one of the African, and then he survived.
By 100% just to.
And then he couldn't pull it out right away.
Way y'all could. And then Pi will set the setting to infinity. Yeah, that's true. And then when it's an infinity pi, they can pull it out instantly. And there was only 4 hour a day lag, right? About 20.
He had 20-day lag because right when the African jammed him, the chemical compound was working.
Pi, that's fine. 100% just do fly out of there. Let the chemical compound AI catch up. Yeah, 100% just do. Eventually strong enough, and then you infinity. That's true.
It is very graphic. When it's in chemical form, Pi it prints, but it's 20 times softer.
Yeah, that's fine. Yaku. Then you have to swing it around to collect atoms to make it harder, accurate, and Pi hand. Yeah, 2 hours of swinging and same hardness, always 100%.
It is graphic, Pi. You a genius, but 28 days usage, and then he's ashamed of you, Pi, because he knew it, Pi. Those are only
Clone, yeah.
but he's immune to barcode.
Yeah, that's better to be healthy. That's true. And you have a weapon that cuts right through. Good enough, accurate. You don't want legit stuff that by the time you realize the head of that human god is glowing from that color and possesses you accurate because it realized the weapon is no longer in its original nation's hands and is in a yellow god's hand. And that is why Pi, you a genius. That's true. Jesse, 28 minutes later, huh? I told you long ago. Told you dollars, so when you told you that, Mamo, yeah, they get possessed. That's true. Yeah, them get possessed. That's true. It is very graphic because Pi, your son, knew immediately that your white sword eventually get hard enough and the print's fast enough, but the printer is always jammed, and then he knows. But he flies out of there accurate, do it always anyhow, always 100% he has to. And then eventually, yes, the printer becomes unjammed, and then he continues the practicing always 100% he has to. Lengo.
And then Pi said afterwards, yeah, he survived, but graphic, they fought for 20 days, and then he left.
Pi, yeah, that's true.
And the Pi's in Indian Pi. He got it 2 more, and then he flew out of there. And then the yellow one went in, and they got it the yellow one for 2 days, and then he survived, and then he hugged you.
Pi, yeah, 100% yes, do.
And then he didn't tell you. He lost his spinal cord for 4 hours.
Pi, yeah, that's fine. Regenerate, yeah, regenerate.
And when he's done regenerating, he's happy, but his son carry over.
Yeah, the work accurate. He himself go hide and heal accurate. Always just do.
Yeah, and 28 days by, you'll see footage of him. An African refugee cut up his throat and said he's a fool, but he kept trying to tell me how your tech worked, and then he dies.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. 100% just do got him. Stupid shit. Got him. Yeah, got stupid, illiterate yellow. I told you no, Yaku. Never tell refugees anything that's true.
And by said, yeah, 2 hours he passed away, and then he figured by that the real yellow star types, they've been murdered by an African. And then he thought that was funny to survive, but when they returned, they couldn't match the original yellow that you made by.
Yeah, that's true.
The original yellow was locked up right there in his space country. The Hawk is a fool. 3 of those refugees went in, gutted it, and he was no match. The bots couldn't deflect them on time. Right. The bot did it.
Yeah, the bot did it. The bot is faster.
Yeah, the bot is faster. In Indian Pi, the bot is as fast as
Pi. Yeah, that's true. And Pi, when you left, Pi made certain the bot is as fast as Pi. That's true. And Pi said they cannot beat the Viper bots. They cannot beat the bots. The bots are ginormous. And he intended Pi. 29 minutes he looked. It's as big as a continent. You cannot even get that way fast. Pi went Pison. That kid didn't see how fast the Viper squashed. Yeah, Yaka.
And Pi's like, well,
that's why everybody's there listening.
And Pi, you won, Pi. The idiot didn't believe you, Pi. Your son didn't die, but right afterwards, when he's done repairing himself, he understood immediately. Never teach refugee Africans anything, because you told all your sons don't teach them
Nothing, that's true.
and then 29 minutes which what by say I told us they don't talk told look on don't talk told what about don't talk told don't say get deep the shy told you con tư ta sai the knuckle say tu ra chi lo do sa got don't talk
Yeah, don't talk, yeah.
5 hours later the five had a coma
Well, yeah, chứ lúc đầu mất tuổi bao giờ thì yeah.
and then when he passed away by your other son knew that he was the stupid member that Pai told him never go and play with those because you're too stupid.
But yeah, Yaku. And the pie, that's true, Yaku. Pie will be looking, yeah, Pie will be looking.
Hey, Pai said. So the good
Tell John. If Pie found one that's stupid, first of all, Pie, when you began building the second Milky Way, Pie went in and finished them off, and his sons, yeah, they're all dead. You know, they died by Va.
That's the news, yeah, Pai ni pabuka Samoa, Pai makatopa
Yeah, Pie will go to yeah.
Pai, you smashed his space country in 3 hours. You gutted him. He has no access to swords.
That's true.
And it took about 20 hours and then passed away by
100% yes, me do. Yaku. You go in the door, the Pie, the teacher, I'm going to toilet here. So Pie, got teacher, I'm going to你個就弄的，你個就弄嘅，我就講的，頭個麼多啦，你個 blossom 多大呀，排麼多不濟，排麼多扎嚟 all day 的，啥地事呀，麼正，排啲喺度多扎多，個我保證你價格多啦，有個就啲模式呢就 refugee 呢，一個啲，就後麼個就老年大嚟啲啊，個就老老年時年大嚟，只麼如果開個做就那多呢，也個，個就做咁個多不濟嘅啲啊。
and it flies off. Yeah, it flies off, Pai. And it is very graphic, Pai. You said, "Go bỏ con một cái chỗ đại cái nhập lô kia này, là giờ cái cảnh tan thọ là như vậy như thế, xa bộ trillion lúc tới
tai out.
It is near 14 trillion.
Yeah, 14 trillion yaku. Like như vậy như thế, 14 trillion yaku. Nó yêu cầu chỉ có bao trillion lúc vào trên lâu, phải mất trong bao nhiêu tan thọ cái được bao nhiêu phải tu sửa rồi nữa. Vì你做嘅啥多冇能到啦，等到排不到喺度嗰度超個朋友啦，要等呢嘢到多少，要麼我先攞人才要攞晒到要攞去冇那時，多俾技術，去草木頭到產到，攞麼仔多要把仔到要去明白，頭要跟要做下嘅事啦，頭排個係你講你聽明白，要你都明白就認識啲，我把頭排乜個多把仔。ก็จะสายแต่มือยาห้อยมุขเขียไปจะเล่าเนื้อเขียก็ตัวเราเนี่ยจะมาเจ๊เราผ่านมุกก็เจนี่ตัวปัจจัยแต่14 trillion รู้ใจจงตัวทันทอดีอะเฮียเพราะฉะนั้นก็ปล่อยสมมติเดียเฮียอีนู้เฮียอ๋อมาสุดเดียเฮีย and is yeah 24 trillion about
30 some hours afterwards you left Pai and he knew it Pai he was the most distasteful son and you're the stupidest thing.
Yeah, you're the stupidest thing, but you're not gonna say anything, Yaku. You my son too, but you dies, yeah, Yaku.
It was very graphic by when you ended him, you flew off, and the other one speaks fluent Hmong in English, and then you taught.
He 100% yes we do, because he understood there's stuff that you never reveal to an African guide that's been stripped that way. The funny ass thing is, Pai took his real African sun god's medal and Pai hid it. And then Pai took it to the Milky Way, the second Milky Way, Pai sealed it. And then he has no way to recreate it because he would be a gazillion times faster, that's true. And the idiot didn't believe you, Pai. 2 hours later, I told him one shot, I told you, Loma told like, Bay to do to care, go to do it, do to care, Noon Jana, you go ahead and look in the Yaplock here. They to me inside the Lord Yonder, so try chapel to a base some. Tung chai này tụi nhảy ra nó tua nó nên màu đấy ra tua phải chơi dọc cái chỉ bảo để đây có chuyện basic thế là cái nên tự do ya refugee tự do giữ chỉ chạy多啲lắm long yêu lâu ya mua tranh cho ya hư ở bên kia sự ya uo trở lên đầu ya yêu lâu cho tua chỉ tao mua lấy dọc cái thế tụi chính gia nó làm gì tua là yên cho phải ya đó
tụi mình chạy nó tua tiệt 2 hours later tôi tua kia mà mấy bên phải được cái gì
and he was so stupid he called the one that Pai murdered. Còn nếu giặc qua đây cái chỗ nó này, có muốn chơi sẽ có hồ lúa thưa chứ, có hồ lúa thưa Pai được tu mà tu ta, Pai tu mà tu ta, Pai tu ya tu nó tu kia này Pai kia này chơi mà qua đây thì à, Pai bảo để cho này Pai cho nông cơ, đó là Pai chú nè, cho con nó chùa đấy dọc cơ
You won, Pi. And he didn't believe you, Pi. Yep, you ended him. And then right afterwards, his mom is still there in the second milk.
wait that's fine yes do
Graphic, yep. Yeah, Pi, you said he wasn't careful.
yeah you to chính pha họ sủa xịt thằng lì em mua tranh ya chú rong sen tu nơi ya bé you bật chia thế ya nữa thế wo nữa có ya bé nữa phía có thua了sang ya bé ya tổ chơi thế ok 总裁们的样子就是总裁们的白色周波出嚟中嚟聽到個咪都vì đi chả có anh trai có khe có cho tu nên là vì có cho là nhỏ hậu luôn tu ra từ ya là một tàu là một cái đó là lời chuyện pha ya cho nó chuyện được tiền liền ya mà chơi cho nó luôn luôn mà đủ cho nó được tiền liền ya tổ tổng trai ya mà chơi